Gandhi, which said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. I went through the period of ridicule, I went through the period of being ignored, I went through the period of being laughed at in the street, and now it's completely changed. Instead of being laughed at in the street around the world, I'm stopped in the street to talk seriously about the information. Instead of wondering where the next audience is coming from, as I used to say, I could have spoken in a phone box for many years and there'd still be room. The interest is fantastic.
People are just waking up, which is amazing. And I think it's becoming more obvious now. I think as the agenda is obviously going nearer and nearer and nearer to the end goal, it's just opening itself up and it's becoming more and more obvious. That's encouraging massively.
People aren't buying it anymore. They're not buying the official explanation of everything.
And just more and more people are mistrusting of their mainstream media sources and their politicians and so on, because they've been given so many examples over the years that they can't be trusted.
I feel the genie's out of the bottle and it's not going back. We had a tax imposed in the 1980s by Margaret Thatcher called the poll tax. It was a desperately unjust tax, and large numbers of people simply refused to pay the tax. What happened? They had to change the tax and drop it. Not only that, it was the start of the end for Margaret Thatcher, who was perceived as the Iron Lady and who was impregnable. And all people have done is say, no, not doing it. Someone comes out of Downing Street, someone comes out of the White House. They say, we've had a meeting and this is what's going to happen. What if enough people say, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Where is their power? There is none. The power of the few is in the acquiescence of the many. And if we stop acquiescing with our own enslavement, we cannot be enslaved. We are at a fork in the road. If we go on as we are, we'll live in a fascistic Orwellian global state within decades. And I'm being seriously optimistic when I say decades. If we take our power back and we start questioning and we stop fighting among ourselves, then 7.5 billion people can't be controlled by a handful. If the 7.5 billion, A, know what's going on, and B, won't have it.